A month ago the world grew grey fair me, a month ago the light went out fair rose to earth they broke it gentle as might be, but fair is pal 'twas one UV them swift blows that stops the ear beat, fair to me it came just, killed in action, unbeneath is name. How many times I sat dreamin' and seen the boys returnin', gay and proud I've seen the greetin's, eared is rousin' cheer, and watched ol' Mick come stride and throw the crowd. How many times I sat in this chair and seen is Ardchiv grinnin' over there. He's laughed, and told me stories UV the war changed some he looked, but still the same ol' Mick, keener and cleaner than he was before, he's took me and said he's in great nick. Zish was the dreamin's UV a fool who tried to just crack hardy, an old gloomicidin' now, well, what's the odds? I'm only one out UV many who has lost a friend man like, I'll bounce again, and find me fun, but fair poor Rose it seems the bitter end. Fair Rose, unzish as Rose, when one man dies it seems the world goes black before their eyes are, well, if Mick could hear me blither now, I know just what he'd say and how he'd look. Aw, cut it out, mate, chuck that silly row there ain't so sense in takin' zish things crook. I've took me gamble, and there's none to blame because I drew a blank, it's in the game. A Parson Cove he broke the news to Rose a friend UV mine, a bloke with snowy air, gentle, soothin' sorta ways, who goes through life just dumpin' others loads UV care. Instead UV Mick, just one rough soldier lad ye'd think he'd lost the dearest friend he had, but how kin blows be softened zish as that Rose took it as her sort must take zish things, and if the jolt UV it has knocked me flat, well, who is there to blame her if it brings black thoughts that comes to women when they frets, and makes her tork wild tork and foolish threats. And then there comes the letter that was sent to give the strength UV Ginger's passin' out a long, straight letter from a bloke called Trent. Tain't no use tellin' what it's all about, there's things that's in it I can see quite clear. Old Ginger Mick 'ud be ashamed to air things praisin' him, that poor old Mick 'ud say was comin' it too hot. Fair, spare me days, I well remember that he 'ad a way UV curlin' up when he was slung bouquets in Trent. He seems to think that in some way owes Mick somethin' that he can't repay. Well, p'raps he does, and in the note he sends arsts if Mick as people he can find fair Trents and English toff with swanky friends, and wants to help what Ginger's left be'ind, and he says strange things in this air note he sends. He was a gallant gentleman, it ends, a gallant gentleman. Well, I dunno, I hardly think that Mick 'ud like that name, but this air Trent's a toff, an ort to know the breed and UV the stock from which he came. Gallant and game Mick might have been, but then Lord, fancy him among the gentlemen. He was a man, that's good enough for me, who was his cobber many years before he rid it plain fair other blokes to see, and proved it good and plenty at the war. He was a man, and, by the way he died, he was a man his friend can claim with pride. The way he died, God. But it makes me proud he ever held his und, to read that tale, and Trent is one UV that I step in crowd that don't sling prowls around be every mail to him. It seemed some great heroic clerk, but Mick, I know, just took it with his work no matter what he done. It's just a thing he knew he'd do if once he got the show, and it would never please him fair to sling tall torque at him just 'cause he acted so. Don't make a song UV it. I hear him growl, I've done me limit, and tossed in the toe apostrophe L. This little job, he knew, and I know well 1,000 UV is cobbers would have done fair. They are salyers, and it's crook to tell a tale that marks fair praise a single one, and that's how Mick wapya old have it, as I cow, an, as he'd have it, so we'll let it go. Trent tells how, when they found him, near the end, he starts a fag and grins all bright and gay, and when they arsts fair messages to send to friends, his look goes dreamin' far away. Look after Rose, he says, when I move on look after Rose ma fiche. And he was gone. We buried him, says Trent, down by the beach. We put mimosa on the mound UV sand above him. 'Twas the nearest thing in reach to golden wattle UV is native land, but never was the fairest wattle wreath more golden than the eart UVM beneath. And so, ma fiche. As Mick had learned to say. He's finished, and there's few as marked him go. Only one soldier, outed in the fray, who took his gamble, anua is show there's few to mourn him, and the less they leave, the less UV sorer, fewer ears to grieven when I'm feelin' blue, unmopin' air about Epilivlerst, Doreen, my wife she come and takes my end, and tells me, dear, there's be more cause to mourn a wasted life. Ye proved himself a man, and he's at rest. And so, I tries to think zish things is best. A gallant gentleman, well, let it go. They says they've put them words above his head, out there where lonely graves stretch in a row, but Mick'll never mind it now he's dead and where he's gone. When they weigh praise and blame, p'raps gentlemen and men is much the same. They fights, an orl the land is filled with cheers. They dies, an errand there a eart is broke. And when I weighs it orl, the shouts, the tears I sees, it's well Mick was a lonely bloke. He found a game he knew, and played it well, and now he's gone. What more is there to tell? A month ago, fair me, the world grew grey. A month ago the light went out, fair Rose, because one common Sawyer crossed the way, leaving a common message as he goes. But every dyin' Sawyers oplies their look after Rose. Ma fiche. God, it's a prayer, that's what it is, and when ye sort it out, shutting your ears to all the sounds a strife, the shouts, the cheers, the curses, who can doubt the claims you women, mother, sweetheart, wife a news to hear our Sawyers die and wish a news to eat. Look after Rose. Ma fiche.